Hey guys, so today we are going to be learning about systems of inequalities. So let's see if we can solve these inequalities by using substitution or elimination. So if we look at substitution, we have y is greater than 3x and 2x plus 4y is less than or equal to 9. But we can't substitute 3x for y because y is greater than 3x. So this just does not make any sense because our signs are different. Okay? And when I say signs, I'm talking about these bad boys. Alrighty, so then let's look at elimination. So because, again, our signs are different, this still just does not make any sense. Okay, so we can't use substitution or elimination. So the only way to solve systems of inequalities is by graphing. So we are going to graph our systems of inequalities. All right. So in order to solve these systems by graphing, we are going to graph just like we've done before. Remember, y is less than or equal to negative 2x minus 4, so we started at negative 4, went down 2 to the right 1, or up 2 to the right 1. Yeah. And then because of the solid line down here, it's a solid line. And then we also graph this one because it's a solid line. We draw a solid line. Okay, so now for shading. Just take it line by line. So let's look at negative 2x minus 4. Okay? So because y is less than, where are we going to shade? Above or below this line? We're going to shade below the line because y was less than. Okay? And then for our line, y is greater than or equal to our line, we are going to shade above because this is greater than. Okay? So we're going to shade below negative 2x minus 4, which is right here. So below, we're going to shade below the entire line. Okay, just shading. And then we're going to shade above our 1/2 x plus 1. So that's here. Okay, and so then our solution set is going to be everywhere that both sides are shaded. Okay, so our solution is any point inside of our blue-green mix. Okay? Alright. So then, let's take a look at our first example. Alrighty. So we have y is greater than 1/3 x minus 4. So we're going to start by graphing our line. So we start at negative 4, and then we go up 1 to the right 3, up 1 to the right 3, down 1 to the left 3, down 1 to the left 3. Now, this one is going to be a dashed line because there is no solid line underneath. So just go ahead and make your dashes. And then, because y is greater than, we are going to shade everywhere above this line. It's up to you if you want to go ahead and shade or if you want to wait. I go ahead and shade. Alright, and And then we're going to graph -1, and we're going to go up 3 to the right 2. And then down 3 to the left 2. Okay, now this one is going to be a solid line because of that solid line underneath here. Okay, alrighty, so now this also says, this says that y is less than, or, hold on, did I do something wrong? Oh, no, sorry, just lost my train of thought. Okay, so y is less than 3 over 2x minus 1. So we are looking at this line now. So we're going to shade everywhere below this line because the alligator is eating the line. Okay, so to shade below this line, we just shade everywhere below this line. And ignore the other line for now, okay? Just shade like it's not even there. Okay, so now we have our blue-green solution right here, okay? So we are going to look at these points, we're going to plot them, and we're going to decide if they are solution set. So if we go to 3, -1, is this in our blue-green solution? Yes. So this would be a solution. Okay, what about -4, +2? No, this is not a solution because it's only in the blue. We need it in the blue and the green. All right, what about 3, -3, which is right here? Is this a solution set? No, it's not, because it's on the dash line. Okay, and then finally we have 4, 5. Is this a solution? Yes, because it's on the solid line. Okay, and here blue only, green/blue. There we go. That way you guys know why each of them were yes and no. Okay? Alrighty, let's take a look at our next example. So start by graphing. So we start at +4, and then we're going to go down 1 to the right 1 for our slope, which you guys have gotten pretty good at. Alright, now is this going to be a solid or a dashed line right here? It's going to be a solid line because of this solid line right here. So then we can draw our line. Don't forget your arrows. And are we going to shade above or below our line? We're going to shade below. Okay. So I'm shading below my line, and you guys should be too. Alright, now that we've shaded that, we're going to graph our next one. So we start at -2, and then we go up 3 to the right 1. And then down 3 to the right 1. Now, is this one going to be solid or dashed? This one's going to be dashed because there's not a solid line underneath. Okay, now just looking at this solid line, are we going to shade above or below? We are going to shade below. So everywhere below this line is going to be here. Because we're just shading in relation to our dashed line now. Don't pay attention to your other line. Okay? And so now our solution would be everywhere we have the blue-green mix. Okay? Alrighty. So now let's check out our solutions. Potential solutions. 3, 4. So I'm going to go over 3 and up 4. Is that a solution? No, because it's green only. Okay, what about 2, 0? Which is right here. Yes, because it's in the green-blue mix. Okay, what about -1, -5? No, because it's on the dashed line. And what about 13, -1? So remember, if we continued this our graph all the way out to 13, and if we went down to -1, which would be about right here, would that be in our green-blue solution? Hopefully you said no, because our arrows continue this way. So everything that would be green and blue would be like right here. Okay, so that would not include our -13, 0, which would be somewhere in this area. And what color would this be? Would it be blue or green? It would be green. Okay? Alrighty. So let's move on to the back now. Okay. And we're going to graph these. So start at +1 and go down 1 to the right 4, and then go up 1 to the left 4. And is this going to be a solid or a dashed line? It's going to be a dashed line. And are we going to shade above or below this line? We're going to shade below. Okay, and now let's do our other graph. So we start at -2, and then we're going to go down 1 to the right 4, and then up 1 to the left 4. And is this going to be solid or dashed? It's going to be dashed. Okay, now just looking at this line, are we going to shade above or below? We're going to shade above, because now our alligator is eating our Y. So we're going to shade everywhere above. Okay. Alrighty. So then our solution set is going to be in the middle here. Okay? So if I asked you guys to give me 3 points that were in the solution set, what might some of those points be? Would -5, +1 be one? And you guys are writing yes or no, because I'm going to come around and check. Okay, what about 0, -2? What about 0, 1? What about 3, -1? Okay, so you guys tell me about those points. And I'm going to do one more. Okay, what about 2, 2? Okay, so you tell me if these are solutions or not. Okay, alright, and I'm going to come around and check them. Okay, so then for the last one, I'm going to help you graph them, but then I want you guys to try the shading. Okay, and I'm going to come around and check. So we're going to start at 0, and we're going to go up 2 to the right 1, and then we're going to go down 2 to the left 1. And because of this line, it's going to be solid. That's probably the straightest line I've ever drawn in my life. Okay. And then for this one, we're going to start down at -3. We're going to go up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1, and then down 2 to the left 1. And then this one is going to be dashed. So you do the shading. And then I want you to tell me if -5, 1 is a solution, if 1, 1 is a solution, if 3, -2 is a solution, if 0, 0 is a solution, and if 2, 1 is a solution. Okay? So turn this in. Once you're done, okay? And then go on to Delta Math. Alright, work on systems of inequalities. Alrighty, good luck guys.